G'day folks, welcome back to Dune Awakening. We're starting this episode just from our beautifully designed bedroom here. I don't think it's exactly finished. We could probably add a few more bits and pieces in here, but not right away, I would say. Let's maybe come back to it. I suspect maybe there might still be a few, decorative and furnishing type items that we might be able to buy to, decorate our space with. And with that, we are actually going to go back to Arrakeen because we've got to deliver this Minimic film to our Mentat trainer. But we also have a continuation of the final trial. So, unfortunately, I didn't really capture any footage of this, but as I was flying back from the cave of the Siege that we found, we got a call from Ari explaining that I think she was supposed to decode something that we found in the last trial, and unfortunately she cannot do it alone, so she's going to need to find some kind of a black market trader to assist with this entire process. And to do that, we need to go to Harko village. Then the other priority is also to try and gear up, obviously. Now, I don't have enough I think it's plasteel, to continually make the components that I need for various items. So we might head out to the deep desert if we've got some time, and we might continue to see if we can find some plasteel out there, and it'd be a good time to test our Regis split dart to see whether or not that will assist us in taking down some of those tougher enemies out there. But first stop, I reckon we'll go to Harko village first, and then we'll make a pit stop at Arrakeen. Right guys, we are back at Harko village. The objective just says that we need to search Harko village for a black market trader. I thought initially we would just have to walk around and, see who we can find, but actually there is a objective marker just over this way, so it shouldn't be too difficult to try and find this person. You would hope anyway. So this is kind of the square.
You are not the lion, but that is his beast.
Oh no. Yeah, that bloody bat got us into trouble. I was gonna say, for a black market trader being in the, center of town, I would have thought that they would have been, keeping to themselves quite a bit.
Let's make this quick. I have a transport due any time now. Demo, Azat, and whoever you are, get out. And you. I don't know you. And that's a problem because it's my job to know everyone around here. Even the degenerate smuggler I declined to name as Mara Effendi. Of course I know that rogue. It's my job to know, and I'm good at my job. But then you come along to make me look bad in front of my superior. You were sighted fleeing the scene of a terrible crash. A prison transport, as I understand it, carrying work crews bound for Neo-Carthag. But here's the strange thing. We recovered the crew and passenger manifests, and what do you think we found? All hands were accounted for. 87 names, 87 bodies. Which brings us back to our central mystery. You. Who are you? How did you come to be on that shuttle? But most importantly, how are you known to the Fremen outlaw Zantara?
Avdo Prejt Kiva.
The Sardaukar say he helped you, and only you.
Spado Has.
It's a shame we've not the time to dig deeper. I'm sure you would have much to share given the proper incentive. But alas, my expertise is required elsewhere. And while the Sardaukar are many things, jailers, they are not. So then, you may take your secrets to the grave. We will find and kill your Fremen confederate in any event.
No slight to you, Tors. I just thought that this interrogation might benefit from my visage.
What the hell?
See, Sub-Prefect. Hypnoligation. This prisoner was deliberately layered with a compulsion, and my face is the trigger. Enough of this. So a mystery within a mystery. Who did this to our prisoner and why? And what does it have to do with Zantara the Lion? Bring them.
Okay, the plot thickens.
Fascinating. Your compulsion is designed to react only to the sight of my real face. This projection allows us to talk face to face, so to speak. I am Count Hazimir Fenring. I serve the Emperor as observer and confidant, and I keep his Sardaukar from getting too far off the leash. You've heard the expression, the spice must flow. I am the man who ensures that it continues to do so. So, having established who I am, we turn to you. An escaped prisoner, a survivor. But every person carries their past with them. Who are you?
So this compulsion thing, though, like, is that some kind of subtle sort of programming that the Bene Gesserit has implanted us with, or something more? I guess we might find out the deeper we go. Nobody worth your time, Sur.
I'll be the judge of that. Though, another lost soul on an Imperial prison transport is hardly noteworthy. What is noteworthy is this sequence of events. A crashed prison transport, an escaped prisoner rescued by the outlaws Zantara. Finally, an insidious form of compulsion that forces the subject to kill themselves rather than be subject to my presence. It's almost flattering. Do you remember who gave you this compulsion? Do you know how it came to be?
Do we want to snitch? If anything, our allegiance will probably be to the Fremen. So, We could probably tell him about the Reverend Mother and the test.
That's remarkable. You survived the Bene Gesserit test for humanity. There are very few who can boast of that. And then Zantara rescues you from the wreckage of the ship. Why you? What is your association with him?
I don't know.
Truth be told, I am less interested in the outlaw. The Sardaukar want his head, but my interests rarely align with those of the Imperial Legion. No, I am mostly interested in whoever did this to you, and whether there is a way we can help each other.
Help each other? I was about to be executed.
Exactly. You have been a victim of nefarious circumstance, and yet it is clear that you are a singularly resourceful individual. A survivor. I can use someone like you. Someone who can survive in difficult situations. And in return, I promise you answers.
I don't know about working for this guy. I don't really want to be a Imperial lackey, so to speak. I mean, who isn't one in this world, though? But let's see where this takes us. No, I don't want to work for you.
Would you prefer to spend the rest of your days in a cell? Work for me. Meet my contact in Hanivar's bar, and you will have answers. And freedom.
Okay, I suppose we don't really have a choice. How will I recognize the contact? Okay. Are we supposed to, like, memorize what that hand gesture means? Maybe.
That will let her know who you are. Be discreet. The ones who did this to you are powerful and subtle. I cannot protect you from their compulsion. We've spoken long enough. I will have the guards return your weapons and put you out in the street. I will keep my agent apprised of what I learn. I leave you with this. Do not waste sorrow over the aristocracy of misfortune. You have your life to live.
Farewell. Right, very interesting development of events here. I mean, what about the black market trader? I guess maybe that's out of the question now.
I've been waiting for you.
Ooh, it's Zantara. So, Zantara the Lion, enemy of the Imperium, Fremen.
No, not Fremen. Don't let them get inside your head, off-worlder. I'm Imperium born and bred, just like you.
What do you want?
The Sardaukar let you go. Either you told them something valuable enough to buy your freedom, or you've been working for them all along. Which is it?
I was interrogated by Count Fenring. I told him everything. Then he asked me to work for him.
Work for him? Why?
Well, let's tell him about the interrogation.
This compulsion. Fenring seems unusually interested in you. I warn you, off-worlder. He's a dangerous man. He's one of the best duelists in the Imperium, but he is the Emperor's right hand. A man who works from the shadows. Whoever gave you this compulsion must not want their secrets or knowledge of your mission to fall into his hands.
What should I do?
Do nothing, off-worlder. Carry on exactly as Fenring has asked. He's almost certainly watching you. Your best hope is to do as he bids. Meet his contact. Carry out their assignments. Pay attention. Anything Fenring asks you to do will serve a double purpose. Plans within plans.
And what will you do?
I'll do what I always do, Offworlder. Make sure you don't get killed.
You know I can handle myself now. Oh, okay, he just disappears into thin air. Okay, well, let's try to find this contact then. So... yeah, seems like this quest is a lot longer than I initially thought. I don't know if we'll have time for the deep desert. Hopefully we will, because I'd like to progress getting some materials and stuff like that. We need to go to Hanavar's, right? Is it this person? No. They're enjoying themselves a little bit too much. Oh, okay.
Oh look, the kitten is back. Do we have business?
Let's make the hand gesture.
I like to think that Fenring has good taste in his acquisitions. But you look like a problem to me.
What makes you say that?
My family has a sense for these things. My father calls it his spice nose. Knowing when a job is going to go bad. And you're bad news.
Who's your father?
My father prefers that other people don't discuss his business. But my name is Alara Tuek. I'm here to hold your leash, kitten.
What do you need me to do?
Oh, not me, kitten. This is Fenring's show. He wants you to do a little wet work. Assassination. Straight from the handbook. Educational and thrilling.
I'm no assassin.
Strange that Fenring would send you then. After all, you look like you just came from the desert. Didn't you have to kill anybody to get here?
I kill my enemies face to face. I don't sneak around.
Well, that's cute, kitten. But I'm not here to help with your feelings. I'm here to give you assignments. Either we get on with it, or you leave.
Fine, let's get to it.
I have two names to whisper to you, kitten. The glutton and the paranoid. Which do you want to hear about?
Well, both sound interesting, but let's start with the glutton.
A new leader has risen amongst the slavers of the Haga Basin. We know almost nothing, except this. His appetite is voracious. The Assassin's Handbook teaches us of chaumas, poison in the food. Take this file, find this leader, and poison his food. Your way has been prepared. Our agent, Petir, hides among the slavers. Find Petir, and he will tell you what he knows. If you are caught, you do not know me. You have never heard the name Fenring. Do you accept, kitten?
I will kill this glutton.
Then go, kitten. Show them your claws.
Okay, so look. What we said there wasn't entirely accurate, right? Like, we've done, like, the basic Mentat training, which involved, like, poisoning, like, water supplies and food supplies and stuff like that before, right? So, it's nothing entirely new. Okay, well, so much for helping Ari with, this decryption and decoding. Gonna head back and see if we can figure out what to do next. Okay, instead of going back, I did make a pit stop here in Arakeen, and I just want to have a chat with our Mentat trainer, obviously. Almost forgot to do that, so let's deliver this Minimic film.
I calculated you returning a half hour ago.
About my contract.
You have returned. You have brought me useful data regarding the Mobula gang, yes?
I have indeed. Here are my findings.
Give it to me. Oh, yes. This is quite excellent. I suspected a Harkonnen connection, but this confirms it. This fits into my plans.
Then you will give me Mentat training?
Yes, after one more task. Yes. I will then train you, if your mind is ready.
Okay. So, let's do this other task then.
I calculated you returning a half hour ago.
What's my part in the next step of your plans?
Ah, yes. I was lost within my head again. Forgive me. The curse of being a Mentat is being unable to stop analyzing your data.
How does a would-be Mentat avoid that pitfall?
Why should one want to?
Was the data I acquired useful at least?
Yes. The Mnemic film is a treasure trove. The Harkonnen covertly funding the Mobula gang is a detail the Atreides would find quite interesting. I would like you to present our findings to Thufir Hawat. You are more personable than me. I would like Hawat to be suitably impressed.
If it was a house that cast you out, why bother courting another one?
My criminal syndicate is temporary. It is a means. It is my way to find a new patron. I must belong again. I must ensure acceptance. I must insulate myself from all possibility of rejection. I will train you if you do this thing.
I will bring our findings to Thufir Hawat. Don't you worry.
Make sure he understands what an asset I would be to his operations.
Sure. Okay. I mean, we've kind of got his ear, somewhat, right? So since Thufir Hawat is actually here in Arrakeen, we can actually get this done pretty easily. Unless there's perhaps maybe another element to this where we would need to do something about the findings, which I suspect would be the case. But this is pretty good though, because this gives me another opportunity to check out some of the vendors in this area. I just want to see what kind of things we haven't purchased, to see if there's, anything that we would want. I'm particularly keen on trying to get like a different type of skin for some of our vehicles. Perhaps maybe there's another one that I haven't seen. This is Thufir, right?
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard.
Zane de White sent me to deliver this Mnemic film.
Zane DeWitt, you say?
DeWitt.
Let me have a look. Thank you. While the Mobula's dealings with the Harkonnen are interesting, I was already aware of them. Moreover, this meddling complicates things.
Complicates? How so?
Having this information allowed us to manipulate the Harkonnen into thinking they had an advantage. The disruption Zane has caused ruins that.
Okay. Well, not exactly to Zane's plan then. Perhaps he was hasty. He has a rare obsession with working for you.
Tell him that this is not the way into my good graces. That is all. I have other matters to attend to.
So, I haven't checked in with him on this very first topic here. So, what happens now, Thufir? What's the grand design?
We follow the steps of what we know. According to Skorda, this tainted spice comes from Ix, at the very top of Ixian power. This leads to questions.
What questions?
Why smuggle spice off of Arrakis just to mix it with poison? What is the nature of this tainted spice? Is it altered spice melange or something else? Who on Ix and on Arrakis would be involved in this conspiracy? To what end? The Harkonnen chase the leads like us, so it's unlikely to be them. Finally, we have reason to suspect Imperial involvement. That, plus the Ixian leadership, suggests a carefully covered secret. Such a secret would grant the Noah influence at the highest fulcrum of power. If we grasp that fulcrum, we can bend the motion of the Imperium. If we do that, we can save House Atreides from doom. Do we have the audacity? That question I have an answer for. We do.
What should I do now?
For now, we wait. I have a team of researchers working day and night to crack the secrets of the tainted spice. We need to develop a means to reliably detect and extract the contaminant from the spice. When we do, I'll put your skills to good use again.
Okay, that's good to know. I wonder if this is connected in any way, shape or form to the stuff that we're now doing for Fenring. It could be. And he's obviously very high up there. He's literally the Emperor's right-hand person, right? So, anyway, let's check in with vendors.
Always good to see a familiar face.
And let's see if we can't buy a few interesting things here. So, melee weapon swatch. Dining room furniture set. Definitely want that. So, and that's, again, another reason why I haven't exactly been decorating recently, because I felt like there's probably a few additional things I can use before I even, start. Maybe I might need to reorganize where things go as well. Basic light set, I do have that already. This is probably what I want. The Assault Ornithopter variant. Yeah, let's get that. I don't actually have like a different variant that I can place onto the Scout Ornithopter. Is there? Hang on. Atreides Scout Armor Set variant. I'll buy that. Because we do like using the Scout Armor, and it'd be nice to be able to, switch things up a little bit. Oh, here we go. The Scout Ornithopter variant. Let's buy that. Perfect. Alright. Very good. I mean, there's a few other things here. Ranged weapon swatch. Maybe I'll buy that. But I think that's enough purchasing for now. So we should be able to play around with stuff. In fact, I may as well play around with our armor right now. So let's see. Yeah. Let's do everything else. Is there a way to... here. We can just simply switch from here. Alright. That looks pretty cool. I think I'm pretty happy rocking this for a while, and yeah, it's just a nice little change, really. I wonder if you can wear, like, a heavy variant, even though you're wearing Scout armor.
I calculated you returning a half hour ago. You've returned. Did you speak to Thufir or what? Did you present the data? What did he say? Was he you impressed?
Well, about that. It seems our investigations has only complicated his own plans.
What? No. That can't be right. I must...
Are you alright?
I mustn't let emotion taint my judgment. This is merely an opportunity to improve my methodology. Yes, I see another path to Atreides' patronage.
When we first met, you planned on manipulating me, did you not?
Very astute. I deemed you a pawn, but have since reevaluated my computations. You have more value as a collaborator. Let us begin your training. It is a difficult thing to learn to work one's own mind. We learn first that the mind must be allowed to work itself. This is exceedingly strange. You can work your own muscles, exercise them, strengthen them, but the mind acts of itself. Sometimes, when you have learned this about the mind, it shows you things you do not wish to see. Are you prepared to do this?
I am prepared.
Plunge your mentat sensorium into full awareness. Plunge your mind into the frozen trance where time does not exist. Only the computation exists. Give yourself to the computation. Peculiar. Very, very peculiar.
Peculiar?
You take to the training quickly. Suspiciously so. It is less like you are learning than you are awakening.
I wonder if that has anything to do with a major plotline, since the game's called Dune Awakening. So, farewell. So, what? We've got, level 2 mentat skills. So, let me just have a quick look at this. I presume we'd be able to just add a few more skill points here. I don't really have a lot, but we should be able to learn a few more, right? So, Garment Keeper. Your garments maintain their durability for longer. Reduce maximum durability damage the repair would cause. Yeah, okay, reduce the permanent damage. Headshot damage. I like headshot damage, because I'm trying to snipe people anyway. Assassin's Shot. You do not squander an advantage in battle. Ever. You deal additional damage to your enemies when shooting them in the back. I don't know about shooting enemies in the back. Pistol damage. That doesn't exactly excite me. Ranged damage. I think this is the way to go. Let's do that, and then another few more points in there. But yeah, so we can't really go for the next level just yet, so I wonder if we speak to him again, whether or not there's any continuation to this.
I calculated you returning a half hour ago.
What's my part in the next step of your plans?
I require blood.
Excuse me?
Apologies, I am in my head again. I require blood samples from Atreides' deserters who have fled to the Haga Rift.
To what end?
To harvest the data I require to impress upon the Atreides what a useful asset I could be.
This Atreides fixation borders on obsession. Has your logic become twisted?
I must be of use. I was built for a purpose. That purpose must be satisfied, must silence the grinding screams in the suture cracks of my skull.
Jeez, he doesn't sound very stable, does he? Very well, I shall collect the blood samples.
Good, very good. I shall attach a device to your exsanguinator. It will record certain data markers to identify the deserters.
Alright, cool. So I guess we just need to extract some blood from Atreides' deserters. I think we know pretty well where they're located, so shouldn't be too difficult. I don't think we're really going to be doing that immediately though, because I'm keen on going back to the deep desert, so that's probably going to be our next stop. Righto guys, back in the deep desert. Looks like there's another player over there. Assault Ornithopter. We'll try and stay out of people's ways if we can. But before we leave, I thought perhaps maybe it might not be a bad idea just to take a look at the swatch that we should be able to use now. I'm just trying to remember how to apply those swatches. 1 second. Manage vehicle. Can we not edit the swatch from here? Let me get out of the sun. Okay. Sorry guys, I know that I've played around with the swatch a little bit, but now I'm sort of like wondering... Oh, here, it's done from this menu instead. Scout Ornithopter. Yeah, we should do the Atreides Scout Ornithopter. Customize your vehicle via welding torch. Sorry, yes, that's right. Why don't we get that done first before we move on? You know, since we've bought the bloody thing, we may as well make use of it, right? So, welding torch. There we go. So, customize. Yeah, so the entire thing becomes an Atreides version. I do like that. That looks so much cooler. And can we change the color of it? Or... I'm just trying to remember how to change individual component colors. Swatches. Atreides swatch, Chome swatch. So, yeah, okay, we can change each and every component still, regardless of changing the variant, if that makes sense. Why don't we use the Chome variant, the Chome swatch for a little bit? I think that might look cool. I don't know about the internals and whether or not we really need to make changes there, but... Alright. Now, returning back to what we're doing out here in the deep desert. So, of course I'm looking for plasteel, and we know where to go to try and find some more, but I figure there are certain areas here which could be interesting to check out. I was sort of thinking if we find ourselves a testing station. I'm pretty sure there are testing stations within this area. I feel like perhaps maybe a recent reset has happened. Or maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, there's the other player over there, gathering resources. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can fly around for a little bit to try and find a testing station, and the reason for that is because, well, I'm hoping to find plasteel there, but also we haven't exactly been to a testing station out here in the deep desert, so I'm kind of excited to check at least one of them out and see what it's all about. Right, so I think we're nearing the entrance to a testing station. Should be somewhere around here. And I was flying around for a little bit and realized that I had entered the deep desert on the wrong side, because I knew I had seen a testing station appear on the map I just didn't realize it was on this side. So let's look around a little bit more for this entrance, and we'll land and obviously stow away the ornithopter safely. And yeah, check out what's going on inside. Perhaps maybe that's the entrance there, so let's quickly get down and let's do what needs to be done. I'm gonna store this. Yeah, this thing looks really cool now. The chrome colors, I suppose it's okay. I think I'm getting used to the green color of the Atreides all the time, so it looks a little weird for now. I might play around with the different colors that we have available to us later. Let's shield up, and let's break out Split Dart, because this is what's supposed to help us deal with all of the enemies in this area now. Obviously, if the enemies get a little bit close, things are going to get a little bit more complicated for us, but I'm hoping the Split Dart will do a lot of work for us, though. Hopefully we find a lot of goodies in here, because I'm desperate for the plasteel. So another thing that I was thinking about is whether or not plasteel is actually craftable. We don't have all of the fabrication machines just yet, right? So, and it's taking us a while to get all of the plastanium to be able to do that, but perhaps maybe there's a chance that we could just simply make plasteel ourselves. Feels quite empty. Haven't seen anyone just yet. So there's a level below us. I don't know if we should go there first, or if we should proceed through here first. I think maybe we'll check out what's going on this level, and things might loop around anyway. Okay, this makes me really nervous, guys, because I feel like someone may have just been through here. And that's why we're not really seeing enemies. If those enemies spawn on us, we could have a really difficult time fighting our way back out. Either that, or this place is just simply empty. We'll need that band. Okay, I don't see any other way, so we'll probably just need to backtrack. Perhaps we'll see some enemies as we go through some of these doors. Okay, I don't know which door to go through first, but we may as well start somewhere. Yeah, this is suspiciously empty, guys. Getting a little uncomfortable. I'll take whatever's in here, though. I mean, I'm not going to say no. What is this? Power Pack Mark IV. What are we working with at the moment? I think it's a Mark V. Yeah. So I'll leave that. And apparently we can get intel from these places. 30 intel points. That's that's a lot. But what would be more important in my view would be gaining some skill points, though. and some plasteel. But I get the feeling we're not going to find any plasteel in the testing station. Maybe this is not the location for it. Ooh. Buggy engine Mark 5. I'll take it. We could use that potentially. I mean, I haven't really been using a buggy in a very, very long time, to be fair. Alright. So far, very, very disappointing. And I suppose if I had to fight waves of very difficult enemies to get to the stuff that we just found, I would be a little bit disappointed. So I'm gonna make my way out, and I'm gonna see if we can work our way towards, again, one of those crashed ships, because that seems to be the best place to find plasteel, at least for the moment. Okay, we have arrived at our destination. I have been seeing a lot of player activity, and I'm a little nervous, because obviously we don't have the best gear. Some of these guys hanging around here in the deep desert might. So this is the same wreck that we've been to before, so it should be familiar territory for us. Let me tuck away the Oni, and once again, gonna try to see what we can do with the Regis split dart. Now, because I did just see an ornithopter fly away, I'm just wondering whether or not they've cleared the area already just recently. If that is the case, then we might not see enemies in here. In which case, we might be able to hopefully just freely gather up materials. I don't see a single enemy here. Okay, I'm gonna just make a beeline for all of the spots which I think should have chests in them. And I'm gonna hope that we actually find some plasteel here. Is there anything back this way? No. Okay, through here, and there should be... there's a door that we should be able to open here. Man, not a single plasteel ingot. Maybe through here. Might not be a bad idea to switch back to all of our armor. One thing that I thought would be a good idea for this game would be the ability to sort of bind a key that would essentially put your your hazmat or radiation suit on and take it back off again and switch immediately to your normal armor set, because it is a little bit cumbersome to have to, you know, keep switching back your armor every single time. And I've got so much of this microflora fiber, it's not funny. Alright, in terms of the location of any other chests, I think we probably don't have any more, so I'm not gonna stick around till enemies start respawning, because that could spell doom for us. Did I... Oh, I totally missed this one. I don't remember this ever being here, actually. Oh. What is going on here? There's some... There's some invisible wall preventing me from getting to that one. Okay, well, that's fine. Don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, bit of a letdown, although we did find some components already made from the plasteel, so at least we've got that going for us. What I might do is, I might see if I can find the other wreck to see if there's a way for us to get some more. I'm just curious here, but I've only just realized there are some of these hatches that are opened from the top. And I guess they just simply lead into the ship. There's no, like, other section of the ship or anything like that, but I guess it's interesting because you could try to enter the ship from a different angle if you wanted to. But, I mean, that does leave you pretty exposed to, you know, enemy attacks from all around, so I don't know how happy I would be if I were in that situation. Okay, here we are. Another shipwreck. I was actually aiming for a different one, but then I saw this on the horizon, so why not? We may as well check this place out and see what this is all about. I'm just trying to see if there's a decent enough entrance on either end. That way we're not too confused about how to get around. But yeah, I think perhaps maybe for this ship, the best way to enter is probably going to be from either side. Let me see. Oh, goodness me. Someone's built something on top of that spire over there. Yeah, okay. We do have an entrance on this side as well. I think this will probably be a good test because I've definitely seen a few enemies out there already. Finally, we can make use of our split dart and see whether or not it's going to help us survive. So, let's maybe just do a quick heal here. Yeah, these enemies are still tough as nails, though. Okay, that's a lot quicker than our previous split dart, though. Let's hydrate, make sure that we've got enough stamina. I do want to try and get out of out of the heat, if I can. Alright. Yeah, they're still obviously a bit spongy, but that is to be expected. So, because we're dealing with such tough enemies, I am going to just utilize our prescience immediately. And I'm gonna see if we can try to muscle our way through. I think this ship has the same layout as the other one, so... I don't know if it has the same placement of enemies and placement of loot. Oh, goodness. That was a big explosion. Maybe... spice blow somewhere? Why am I not able to wear that? I'm not sure. Are we not able to use a radiation suit while we're in prescience mode? I find that to be a bit weird, if that was the case. Actually, now that I've got prescience mode on, I'm just realizing here, but I'm not seeing any, like, enemy markers or anything like that anywhere. Maybe this place has been completely cleared out as well, except for the two enemies on the outside. In which case, perhaps maybe they may respawn anytime now. On the inside. If that is the case, I probably do want to quickly loot everything. I definitely want those plasteel blade parts, because the next thing I would love to make is a Regis sword. Let's hope that we have enough for that. Ah, yes, bit of plasteel there. Adept drill shot, FK7. Can't remember if our drill shot is a an FK7. I think it might be. Yeah. Well, it's the Adept version, right? So there's no difference there. There's that chest again. Do we have the same issue here? Yes, okay, there's something blocking us here, which is really, really weird. I don't know what's up with that. But I'm not too fussed. There we go, plasteel plates. Excellent. What is a bit disappointing though is, well, me utilizing the prescience with no enemies around, so I wish now that I hadn't used it. Anyway, I think that's it for the looting in this location. And let me continue our journey and see if we can make our way to the other ship, which I know exists, which is quite further off away. It's still another 8,000 meters. So... oh, there it is. The spice blowout.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Sandstorm in 4 minutes. Alright, I might need to land soonish. Alright, so I reckon this is the last ship we're going to check out in this episode. I'm hoping that there are a few more enemies here to fight to make things a little bit more exciting. Although I don't mind, you know, just grabbing free stuff and freeloading off of other people's hard work. But yeah, let's try and do a little bit of work ourselves. I just wonder whether or not I can heal up a little bit more. No, I think we're at max. Okay, let's do this. So we're further enough away that they can't really take too much action there, which is good. The melee fighter, I'm not too worried about. Nice. Didn't even manage to get close enough. Right, they've got ores and stuff. I suppose I could take a few ores because... oh yeah, that's right. I don't exactly have space for anything. I'm just trying to see if I can free up my inventory, but I don't think I'll be able to do that. I kind of need everything that I see here. I'm kind of interested in this double-sealed still tent. But we'll have to go home and research that, obviously. Okay. Let's focus up. Again, plastile's our priority. So I think the best strategy is to try and deal with enemies that are around this area first. Again, I'm getting the same feeling as I did last time. I feel like there are no enemies present. Except for the outside. So, yeah. That is very, very weird, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure why we keep experiencing this. Unless... I'm thinking someone else might be here. I just heard a, like a chime there that said, access granted. I think someone's fighting the last few remaining enemies. So I'm sort of concerned about bumping into a hostile player. I guess it really depends on where they're planning to exit from. Let's drop that. Yeah, I don't see any plasteel anywhere. Perhaps it could be because all the plasteel's already just been looted. Same issue here. Yep, okay. Not a very successful run. Well, one thing that I'm now curious about is if I entered this space, knowing that someone's just been here, will enemies spawn? I don't think so. Okay, so this is a first for us. Can we find any loot here, though? Yes, we can. And I'll take the plasteel, thank you. Definitely useful. Is that the only chest here, though? Okay, that is a tiny bit disappointing. Unless perhaps maybe if we do fight the enemies themselves, maybe the enemies themselves might have, you know, a bit more plasteel for us to loot. Let's go through here. I wonder if there are even more enemies through here. Yeah, I do hear someone's ornithopter. They've just left, I think. Oh man, okay, our backpack is full. And I think this is probably accessible if you were the one who cleared this place. Potentially. So I can't really make use of it. Bit of a shame, but that's okay. I mean, it's fair. It's fair that the game would reserve the loot for whoever's done the hard work, obviously. So, but we do have a bit of plasteel on us, 29, and we've got some plasteel products as well. So I think this hasn't been too bad. I probably do want to head home at this point and see what we can make. And considering where we're at with the episode, I reckon this is also a good place for us to call this one. So a lot of things happened. You know, very happy with the development of the story, and it's seeming like the mysteries are actually deepening, so can't wait for where the story actually takes us. But I'm also very, very excited about all of our new equipment that's sort of on the horizon. So between episodes, I'm going to work very, very hard to try and get more of the plasteel and plasteel related products. So hopefully by the next one, we should have a few new items to work with. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop me a like down below if you're enjoying it. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.